Anna Gray, and I am here to talk to you about how I use Evernote and Asana equally. They're different applications, but I use them equally, but I also use them in different ways. So, I have used Asana in the past for tracking. In fact, I could probably pull up one that I used to use because I have thousands and thousands and thousands of notes in here from years of using this. So here's an example of my tracking. I used to use, here's a template. I used this based on Mindy Wender did this years ago. And, I plugged in what people bought that week, and then I copied it into the next week, but there was no follow-up system. I will tell you that, no follow-up system. But it's a good way to track, some of my purchases or conversations. I used this for a very long time. So in 2012, 2013, that's what I used. So, that being said, I do not use Evernote for tracking. I use Asana for tracking because it gives me a due date. I know exactly when I'm supposed to have a conversation and when I'm supposed to follow up with somebody. So, there are similarities in the fact that I have my scripts in 3 locations, really. I have my scripts in my Gmail as far as canned responses go. I'll show that to you also very quickly before we end this video. And I have my scripts in Asana and I have my scripts in Evernote. The reason why I have them in Evernote is because I grab them, that's where they start. They start in Evernote so that I can share with my team, with my coaches. I like to duplicate things, so I like to share things. So all of my scripts are here for my coaches. Now, what I like to do is I like to share my Evernote. And this is really why I use Evernote so much, because it's so easy to share a note. All I have to do is go copy public link. The link is copied, and I can send it to whoever I need to send it to. If they have Evernote, they can actually save that exact note in their Evernote doc and can search for it. It's super duper easy. Now, you can see that it's kind of like a table of contents, because what this takes me to is another note. It'll take me to the outside link, but this takes me to another note. This is actually a coach on my team's script. So it acts as a table of contents. So I like to put in a bunch of notes, and then I create this table of contents on one particular note. So it's very easy to share with my team or whoever needs it. The only way to really do these short, you can see how it's the title of the note. I'll give you an example. If I were to share that note that I just clicked share on, and I create a new note, I'll show you how it shows up. I learned a little trick here. So I just pasted the link to that note that I wanted to share, and it shows up like this, and that would show up. And that's how I used to do things. And I would say, Brianna's script, and people would click on this note. Well, I found a workaround to where it looks really nice and clean. You can see right here. By going to, here's what I do. I create one note, and this is basically going to be my table of contents note. So in this case, it's my scripts for everything. If I were to do my challenge group posts that I can share with my team, challenge posts. I used to use Evernote where I would just copy and paste from Evernote and put it into and post them in my challenge groups. But now I keep them in Asana because it's just so much easier in one place, and it's broken down into each particular post. But in the case of sharing with my team and duplicating, I create the table of contents post, challenge post. So that's the note in here. Then I'll go to my phone, and I'm going to do this on the side, and then it'll show up on your side here. I'm going to go to my phone, and I'm going to find, let's say, Brianna's. I'm going to search here, Brianna's script. Okay, and then what I'm going to do on my phone is I'm going to do the same thing. There's three little dots at the bottom. Click on that. Click on the button that says share. Then copy link, public link. And then I'm going to go back to that table of contents post, so that it was called challenge post. And I'm going to go paste. And then you can see how it's different when it shows up here. So only on your phone does it give it a short name, which makes it really super clean. Scroll to the top because that was my last post that I just made, and now you can see on my phone I had created that little short link versus the really long Evernote link. So that's a little trick. But I use Evernote to share my notes. I use Evernote to when I have testimonials, like if I'm looking for Shakeology testimonials. I can just search, and I've got so many Shakeology migraine, and I can just send this note to somebody that needs it. So I basically save everything in here. Anything that has a link or tracking. I have these on my training site. I have like a Shakeology box, and this has every sort of resource you need for Shakeology. So I have it all on one note. Even though they are linked to other notes, I can just share this one document to my team, and it's basically a training document. They can easily just save it to their own. What I love about Evernote is their search function. See, I typed in Shakeology testimonial, and you can see that it pulls up every single thing that has Shakeology in the document itself, or in the note itself, including those that have PDFs. You can save a PDF in your notebook or in your note. I'm going to try and see if there's anything that I can. Let's see if I can search PDF and see if I can find one for you. Here's one. Okay, so anything that's on Beachbody's site, I'll save in here, and you can just drag from your files. Of course, it's kind of freaking out right now, but you can drag from your files any sort of PDF that you want, drag it onto your note. Okay, that's kind of freaking out. Let me find another one. Here's a PDF, and it'll search within the PDF itself. So let's just say I wanted to add an image to it as well. I'll just take, I've got all these screenshots, so I'm not sure what these are, but I'll take an image and I'll just drag it onto the note, and now I have that image on the note. So I do that a lot with like my challenge group posts, just to have something saved. Like here's I don't know, I must have saved this for a reason. So that's how I use Evernote. I also use it for like my kids' stuff. I mean, their immunization records, and I just scanned it and uploaded it. It is really just a place where I can put everything under the sun in and search for it when I need it. Okay, so how I use Asana for like scripts is I'll take the Evernote document, which has, and I'll tell you, let's go back to searching scripts. And, okay, I made this the other day. So here are my Asana scripts, and I have it broken down, right? What I'll do is I'll take my Evernote document, and I will take the first message, copy, and then I will make it a first message here. And you can see I've pasted it here. So what I've done here for scripts is I've put it in the conversation, the way the conversations flow. So you can see here I have inquiry to challenge group host, and then based on the conversation, haven't specified a program. We need to choose a program. So choosing a program here, I always recommend the same things as a choice. So rather than go to my Evernote document, search all the way down through this long script, copy paste, I just have them broken up into the Asana tasks because I'm actively following up with people, copying and pasting my conversations, and setting due dates in this application already. I might as well have my scripts in here too. So don't keep everything in Asana that I do in Evernote. I keep the things that I'm actively using in here or need all the time. So for example, when someone needs that Shakeology ingredient list, when you're having these conversations about inviting, I just saved it right here. It is in my Evernote, but I'm having the conversations while I'm in Asana. So why wouldn't I put that in here? So the reason this looks in order the way it is here is that you can set the tasks to view in order of importance, and the easiest way to do that is just dragging it in whatever order you want it in. Now, I just gave myself a little visual. I noticed that these don't necessarily see. You can see this is unassigned up here. It doesn't show AG. So visually, I keep the things that I want here, but I don't need all of the time. I keep those things unassigned, and I keep the things that I know that I need assigned. So this way, and then I ordered them in the order of conversation. So typically the inquiry to the challenge group message is number 1. Within that, based on whatever they tell me, we haven't specified I need to find a program for this person, so I'm going to ask more questions. And that's what this script is. Now, maybe I've already talked to that person about 21 Day Fix or PIO. I don't necessarily need to send them these questions because I already know that that's what they want. Or I already know that they're active and they're athletic or whatever, and I don't necessarily need to ask those questions as well. I can go directly to this choose a program. Here are my 3 recommendations. Take a look at these and get back to me. And if you don't like any of these, I have more. Now, if I've already talked to them about 21 Day Fix Challenge Group, I will go directly to the next message, 21 Day Fix, and I will take what they've said as far as their goals go, and if their goals are based on nutrition problems or fitness problems or motivational problems, I will plug in whatever piece I need to plug into. So if it's a nutrition struggle, I have the same message here, and then I'll grab my own nutrition struggle story here so that I can be 100% relatable. And my story never changes, so I just need to plug in my story based on whatever they told me. Now, if it's staying accountable or being motivated, I have my motivation story and where I struggled before and how I can relate to them, and I'll just plug that in, and then I'll send this off. Now, I'll just copy and paste this whole conversation and put them in the task that has that person's name, so I know exactly what we've talked about and what step we're on. So that is how I use scripts in here. I have my IG scripts as well, my Instagram scripts as well, sitting here because I'm tracking those conversations also. So it's very easy for me on my phone to go into the Asana app, to go into the project called scripts, and to grab my IG script that fits the crime, and it's simply right there. Now, again, I have so many notes in my Evernote that I can, if I really need to find something, I can also look back and find something. I keep, here's my recommendation for you as far as using Evernote. I keep everything that any top coach or coach that I look up to or love their training, I'll save their posts, their YouTube videos, if I've come across a meal plan of theirs, or I've talked to somebody and they've shared something with me, I will save those all in Evernote because there will be a day when I need it. A lot of these Diamond Dash documents are in here as well, and I keep those all in here so that I always can find them. But what I keep in Asana are those that I'm my active conversations and what I need quickly in one location. So I hope that helps you understand the difference between Evernote and Asana. And I was going to share with you real quick email canned reports. I use Gmail, and I would have the same, let me tell you, I'd go here and have the same script copied and pasted into the canned report. So if I was communicating by email rather than Facebook Messenger, I can still have the same conversation, and I will track in Asana the same way I do if I'm having a Facebook Messenger conversation. So if Gmail canned responses on how to actually create them, but you can see how you can use them as well in there. They're already there. So I hope that helps you guys.